הלל ושמאי קיבלו מהם, הלל ושמאי received from שמאי אבטליון. הלל אומר, המתלמידיו של אהרון, אוהב שלום, רודף שלום, אוהב את הבריות, מקרבן לתורה. A person has to learn to be the students of Aaron HaKohen, who was a lover of peace and a pursuer of peace. He loved people and brought them closer to Torah. A person has to make sure to go out of his way to make peace. We know that a person, one of the greatest the mitzvot that a person gets a reward for in this world and the world, the next world, is if he makes shalom between ish lerehu and between ish leishto. We make shalom between a husband and a wife. A person would learn from Aaron HaKohen would even lie for the sake of peace. He would say, "Oh, Reuven John, why are you fighting with Shimon? Shimon, he asked mehila." He says, "Really? He asked for forgiveness?" "Yes, go see him." Then he will go to Shimon. He says, "Shimon, why are you, Reuven, why are you fighting with Shimon? Shimon asked for mehila." He said, "Really? He gave in? I was waiting for him to give in." "Yeah, he gave in. Come." They would see each other in the market. They were giving a chukmuchi, a hug and kiss. They would say they made up. Even though he made up this whole thing, but for the sake of peace, he would love peace. He wouldn't see people fighting and say, whatever. No, you get involved. He said, "No, don't fight." He would, like I saw the other day, two people fighting on the street. A third guy came. He says, "Guys, we have enough people fighting us already. We have enough people out to get us, chasing us. Why are we have to fight each other? What's the point?" And like these kind of things to go and convince people to give in. I said in the shiur last time, that a person wants to give nahadruah. He wants to give a little nishmat, something. He wants to make a big yeshvo. He wants to learn. He wants to do something special for the niftarim. You have to understand that one of the greatest things you could do is to make shalom with somebody in the family that you don't speak to, that you hold something against, and you say, Leilul Nishma Babushka, for the sake of peace, I'm going to go and give her a Nahad Ruach. She's probably upset. She sees we're not all together. I'm going to go and be Muhayliyu, and I'm going to get along with you, and I'm going to move on with you, Bischuta, in her merit, and give her a Nahad Ruach. And he would love what? He would love people and bring them closer to Torah. Sometimes people become religious, they make a mistake, that they forget about Ben Adam Havero. They are not meticulous about interpersonal relationships. God forbid a person can be mean or nasty or rude, right, and forget about others. Or a person can look down on the not religious people. You can say, we don't need them. Oh, all them, the people who pray and that minyan, they're all no good. They're all talkers. They all waste their time. Why do they even come to shul? Who needs them? We didn't even forget them. Don't make any programming for them. Don't think about them. Haz v'shalom. Why would you say such a thing? A person has to love them. He has to bring them close to Torah. I don't know how many people, I don't think I met anybody who, because you threw rocks at them on Shabbat, so now they're Choser B'Teshuvah. Because you screamed at them, Shabbat, and Gehenom Shivi, all these things, I don't think they were Choser B'Teshuvah really. A lot of people, maybe people who were already religious and they needed that push, that was good for them. People who are not so religious at all, they're not so in tune with the religion, you go and you scream at them, it only pushes them away. Rather, you have to show them love and care. Like that famous story of David Yosef, should live a long life, and Rav Yosef, Shalom, where he saw that guy driving on Shabbat, and he told them, "Where does this road go to?" And Rav David said, "It goes to Gehenom." And the Rav told him, no, that's not how we answer. We don't answer like that. He told them where it goes to. He told, listen, nobody is doing Choser B'Teshuvah that way. You have to do with love. With love, you have to make them Choser B'Teshuvah. So therefore, a person has to love the briot, love the people, and bring them closer to the Torah. Hu haya omer. Hillel used to say, Aved Shemeh, Neged Shemeh. A person whose name becomes widely known, he should know his name will soon be lost. Meaning he will die before his time, God forbid. Meaning to say that a person who rises to the position of power, he could die before his time. As the Gemara Sahim says, we know Yosef, he was the one who was the prime authority, right? The position of authority. He was the highest authority of the land over all his brothers. He's the first one who passed away. So a person has to make sure that when you're higher position you are, the more responsibility you're held accountable to. So therefore a person has to make sure not arrogance. A lot of people who have positions of authority, they let arrogance get to their head, and they do things out of gava. So therefore that's a lot of din and a lot of judgment. So you have to be careful, very careful with that. Delo Mosif Yosef. Whoever does not increase the study of Torah will lose his knowledge of it. Now the nights are getting shorter and the days are getting longer. Shabbat afternoon is a time to definitely add more time to learn Torah, to come to class before Mincha, to go and set aside Chavruta time, to go to set aside time to learn with your kids. If a person does not increase his time of Torah study, he will lose all of his knowledge. He could be like Rabbi Zino. He went to that town, he was a great Tana, and he didn't end up coming back to Bavel, and he lost all his Torah. He forgot how to read even the Torah letters. If a person who does not study Torah at all is deserving of death, and the one who uses the crown of Torah for his own gain will pass away. As Rabbi Tarfon, who was kidnapped one time, and he didn't even want to say, I'm Rabbi Tarfon, in order to release himself. He was trying to find a way to let him get himself free, and to the point where he said something like, "Woe is to Rabbi Tarfon, this is happening to." And the guy heard, what? He's Rabbi Tarfon. He put the guy down. He's about to throw him in a tied up bag in the ocean. He put him down and he ran away, and he didn't want the rabbi to see him. And the rabbi felt so bad afterwards that he used the crown of Torah for it to go and get himself released, even indirectly. But the point is, a person has to make sure not to use the